afternoon. Thank you for your time. My name is Ross Collins. A little bit about my background. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I transferred into U of H from Houston Community College, and that's when I decided to major in construction management. I'd tell my previous work experience. In high school, I worked at Studio Movie Grill and City Center, just as an after-school job, just to get a little extra money in my pocket for the weekends. Through college, I worked a number of server and bartender jobs, really to help pay myself through college and stuff like that, gas and so forth. I've been in the service industry for about 5 years. Um, I've actually really enjoyed it. I think it helps you become a little more empathetic towards other people. You learn how to manage different personality types and connect with different personality types and build relationships and rapport with a vast number of personality types. Right now, or excuse me, before COVID, all this COVID stuff happening, I was working at an engineering firm called Burns and McDonnell, more specifically in the transmission and distribution um, aspect of that company. My primary duties were that of a project assistant. However, they really liked that my background is in construction. And so every now and then I'd get to go in with my director of operations and actually helped him work on a cost estimation spreadsheet for our transmissions, field, and distributions um, part of our transmission field services part of our transmission distribution um, sector of the company. Upon graduation from University of Houston, I'm actually looking to pursue a master's in architecture from Prairie View A&M University. We my family and I started a social enterprise a few years back. Basically, a social enterprise is just a hybrid enterprise between a nonprofit and for-profit activities. So we have for-profit branches of our business model and also nonprofit branches as well. Upon graduating with my master's in architecture, I'll be working as True Blessings as a project manager. On the side, though, I would also like to build my own team of subcontractors for our construction branch of our nonprofit um, branch. I guess you call it a sub branch of our construction branch. And the idea behind this is we look to serve underserved communities here in the Houston area. So ideally, what I would do is I would create a construction trade skills center for Houston Section 3 applicants. And we have a partnership with Lowe's Home Improvement, and they've agreed to supply us their employees to help train these Section 3 applicants that come into the skills center. And then they would actually work for our construction branch of our social enterprise, working on City of Houston Section 3 construction contracts. So I'm not really looking to bottle myself up. I think project management is a great skill to have and can be applied to all sorts of projects. So not so much, I want to do as much construction as possible because that's where my strength is at. But I don't want to limit myself to only construction projects. I want to be a good, diverse project manager throughout my career. As far as my internship goes, the company name was Simplify Services, and they're a general contractor in Kingsland, Texas. The start date of the internship was May 15th, 2020, and I finished my internship on June 20th, 2020. My job duties, I had a range of duties. I was really looking to get exposed to multiple roles, so really I could see how some of this construction stuff that I've been reading and learning so much about is actually applied in the real world. Some of the more in-office activities that I helped my manager with was estimating certain things, doing quantity takeoffs, a little bit of conceptual estimating on some things. And they're not a very big company, so this is actually where I felt like I could really help him because he was very good with construction practice and knowledge and stuff, but as far as estimating practices, planning and scheduling of construction activities he wasn't so familiar with, so we actually got to work through that stuff together. Some of the actual more manual construction trade skills that I developed over the term of the project that we worked on. I did a little site excavation, figuring out how much we need to cut, where are we going to put that cut. So if we need to backfill, things aren't getting too hectic and things of that sort. We did some site grading and leveling. I got to use a vibrating compactor, which I learned is a pretty good forearm workout. Also some concrete form construction and installation, as well as I learned how to mix concrete and pour concrete for foundations and some retaining walls. I also got to help out on some stone masonry, learned how to mix some mortar, and learned how to build a stone wall. And we had to actually use a hammer and a chisel to cut certain stones, things of that nature, which looked pretty simple, but were actually not too easy. Those guys are very skilled in what they do. Myself and my manager also, we worked on underground electrical systems that were already there, but some things weren't working, so we had to replace some conduit, get some new wires in there, dig some trenches for it. So we installed new portions of that electrical system as well. And the last thing I got to work on was we dug trenches for underground gas lines. There was a gas line that had a leak, so they needed a full replacement of the line. So we did that, and also it didn't go so well the first pipes that we used. When we did the soak test, we got everything rigged up. It wasn't holding the pressure, so we ended up having to take all of it out, go buy new stuff, and get that in the dirt as fast as possible. And that was extra cost and added time to the project. So that's the nature of the beast of construction work, right? The job location, as I said, this was in Kingsland, Texas. Mostly on site. I would say about 75% of what we did was actually on site. Me, rotating in and out. We were in office. He had a home office, and we would maybe meet up before the day started and just go over things for the day. What we wanted to get accomplished, and some things as far as weather, what could go wrong, things that we really needed to make sure get done, today, so something tomorrow doesn't get delayed and then push something else back because we have materials coming in that day, all that good stuff. I was not extended an offer of employment from this employer, mainly just because of the location differences. We were up in Kingsland during, when this COVID stuff really hit. We didn't want to be in Houston, so we were up in Kingsland. And through a project that we were working on with True Blessings, we met this contractor, and after talking to him for a little while, I got to know him and let him know what was going on with the University of Houston and the internship program and all that stuff. And he extended an offer to let me, tag along and get my requirements with him. So I'm very grateful for that. We are on good terms, and we do look forward to working together in the future.